What's up guys, welcome back to my tech corner. These are the Lian-Li Uni-Fan SL Infinities. I have a 120mm triple pack, and I picked it up off of Amazon for a discounted price of around 80 bucks. Base price for these though is $129. A friend of mine recommended me these fans and said these will be the best investment of your life. So let's go ahead and see if he's right. Getting on with the actual unboxing here, we start with the detachable fan cables and a little note from Lian-Li themselves saying thank you for purchasing their product. I wish Corsair would do something like this. Next up, we have a user manual going over the fans and their respected software. Next we have some self-tapping fan screws. Then next we have the fans themselves, neatly packed in some bubble wrap. We have the fan controller box and its required cables. And finally we have a little pamphlet telling you everything that should be inside the box and some fingerprint covers, I guess? For the mirror parts of the fans? I have no clue. It wasn't on the pamphlet. Going ahead and taking a look inside the accessory box, we have the fan controller neatly packed inside a little baggie, a PWM to ARGB connector, a micro USB to USB 2.0 connector, and a proprietary connector splitter, which I'm assuming this is to connect two chains of fans together in one port. Going to the bulk of this product, the fans. Where do I even begin? These fans look gorgeous. I really like the way they look and feel. They feel premium. Each fan has an infinity mirror design on the fan hub and side accents. Each fan has 40 addressable RGB LEDs, the fan hub, rear fan ring, and side accents light up. Going to the actual performance of the fan, these fans have a fluid dynamic bearing, and are able to reach speeds of up to 2100 RPM, have a 2.66 maximum air pressure rating, and can move up to 61.3 CFM. These fans also peak at 29 to 32 decibels when at full speed. So at a glance, these fans are looking really nice. Now, the way these fans connect together is with a slide and lock mechanism. This goes for the detachable connector and the fans themselves. The way the fans connect is through a daisy chain connection, minimizing cables. You can chain up to 4 fans, and only one fan requires a connector in order to control all 4 of them. I really like what Lian-Li did here. I can see now where all the hype comes from. Now, a nifty little feature here is the fact that the locking pegs for these fans can be removed, just in case they interfere with the inlet or outlet of the radiators, or if you just don't want them there because they look bad. A very nice quality of life feature here. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the controller. It's a very low profile small form factor controller with 4 proprietary connectors. The PWM and ARGB signal come from these and are joined together in one connector. It also has 2 3-pin ARGB sync connectors for their all-in-ones, or really any device that uses 3-pin connectors. It also has connections to allow the motherboard to control it, and in order to software control it, you have to plug in the micro USB to USB 2.0 connector. This controller has a main SATA connector, and a sub-SATA connector. The sub-SATA only has to be plugged in if you're using more than 12 fans, and the main SATA has to be plugged in order to use the controller itself. This controller can support up to 16 fans, so 4 in each port. Taking a look at the connectors now, they are definitely pretty small. They use a slide and lock mechanism to connect to the fans, and have the required connector to connect to the controller as well. Something special about these connectors is the fact that you can remove the top and have the cable come out from the middle or flip it around to the other side. That way you won't have to remove the entire fan assembly. Huge quality of life feature here. I wish Corsair fans had these. So before I put these into the system, let's go ahead and do a small comparison against the Lian-Li Uni-Fan SLs and the Lian-Li Uni-Fan SL Infinities. Now apart from looks and RGB, they perform and connect about the same way. One costs more, one has bigger locking holes, one connects through a single connector while the other connects to 2 separate connectors, and the connectors of the SLs are much bigger than the SL Infinities too. So some small changes here and there, but they're both the same thing. Alright, so final thoughts on these fans before I go over the software. These fans look really nice, and they perform really nice. At high speeds, 2200 RPM, they are pretty loud in clusters, but that should be expected for 3 fans running at 2100 RPM. The fan's RGB is pretty nice, it's pretty bright, and it really lights up my system well. It adds some really nice touches here and there. I really like the infinity mirror design. I don't know. I've always been attracted to fans like that. They just infinite mirror. I like that. I really like the daisy chain feature. I like the fact that you don't have to use so many cables and that you can control 4 fans through one cable. That is really, really nice. And I really, really like how Lian-Li made the cable just one thing compared to their older fans where, yes, it was, you know, you're able to cluster up fans, but you still had 2 separate cables. But these fans are really nice. Just my only concern is how soft the plastic is. Like, you need to be careful when you're screwing these down because it's really easy to strip the fans. But let's go ahead and go over the software here. Alrighty guys, so this is the L-Connect 3 software, and this is the software that you're going to be installing if you want to control the Lian-Li fan controllers that you just installed in your system. So there are a few things here that I want to show you and how the software actually works. That way when you get the fans, you can actually just jump right into it without looking it up. So the first thing that we're going to be looking at here is the system info tab. So basically this just shows your system specifications and the system resources. So an example, you're able to see my CPU and GPU right here, my memory, my monitor, motherboard, stuff like that. And if we were to go to system resources, we could see the CPU, the RAM, GPU, storage, and network. Actually, that's pretty cool. But it'll show you the load, the temperature, clock rate, how much storage is being used right here. It's really nice. It's really simple. This is the system info. Then if we were to go to the fan and prompt profile, this is where you actually control the PWM fans connected to your fan controller. So you're able to make custom curves here if you want, or you could use the presets that they have here. You're also able to make it so that if you do use the presets, you can make it depend on a certain temperature. So an example, you're able to switch it to GPU, have the fans ramp up according to that, CPU, custom or preset, stuff like that. You're able to also control both controllers, so you could do one controller that's controlling one set of fans, or you could do the other one that's controlling the other set of fans. Same thing. It's really, really nice. And let's say that you don't want to control the fan curves from here. Let's say that you want the motherboard to control it. You can go ahead and go up here and flip that, and now the motherboard is controlling the both controllers. If you have both controllers connected to the motherboard through the PWM and ARGB sync cable. Then you have a quick lighting sync, which is in the name. You just select the quick lighting effect and it'll apply it to all the fans connected to each controller. It'll show you what it looks like here. So you're able to make it so that it displays the Infinity fans, the AL fans, or the normal SL fans, which is really, really nice. It gives you a little diagram and it gives you a small little visualization of what it looks like. You're able to select the lighting effect that you want. You're also able to change the speed, brightness, and direction of the lighting effect itself. Or let's say that you don't want to do this and you want to have your motherboard control it. You can just click this thing right here and your motherboard will now be controlling your fans, ARGB lighting effect if you have it connected to the motherboard through 3-pin ARGB. Then, let's say that you don't want to apply a certain lighting effect to all the fans. Let's say that you want to apply it to just one set of fans connected to the controller. You go down to the controller tabs here. It will show up depending on if you have the controller connected through USB 2.0. So I have my SL fan controller and my SL Infinity fan controller here. And I'm able to select different lighting effects for these fans, change the colors, etc., etc. And I'm also able to quickly change the fan profile here if I want to. That's only if you don't have the motherboard enabled. Same deal with the SL Infinity fans. Except with these ones, you have different settings. So with the SL Infinities, you're able to make it so that the side accents and the middle is controlled, or you can make it to where the middle is only controlled and not the side accents, or you can make it to where the side accents are controlled and not the middle. It's really, really nice. You're able to change the speed, brightness, direction, lighting effect, etc., etc. Same thing, just with a little bit more features. You're also able to make it so that it controls a specific cluster of fans. So let's say that you have 4 fans connected to port 2, and you don't want the 3 other ports to use this lighting effect. You can just select that port, and it'll only apply the lighting effect to that port. Same deal with the normal SL fans right here. Really, really nice. Then you have the settings tab, which basic settings, auto run and boot. minimize to a system tray, language, temperature display, all that stuff. Then in the device tab of the settings, you're actually able to set the amount of fans that are connected to each port. So an example, I have 3 fans in my SL controller connected to port 1 and 1 fan connected to port 2. Then in my SL Infinity controllers, in both port 1 and 2, I have 3 fans. But you're also able to update the firmware and the software of both controllers, which is really nice. And then if you want to get support, you could check out the FAQ. And then you could also download the log file of the software and send it to the tech support team, which is really, really nice. So that is the L-Connect 3 software. Really simple to use. Well, it might be simple to me because, you know, I use IQ. It's really similar to IQ, just minus a lot of the features. But yeah, that's L-Connect 3. Alrighty guys, that'll have to do for today's video. This one was definitely a long one, but I just wanted to put out a review of these fans. Go ahead and comment down below what you guys think about these fans, if you like them or not. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. Dislike if you didn't. Comment down below what you guys would like to see next. I will be posting a video soon going over a Corsair all-in-one cooler, so go ahead and stay tuned for that. But thank you guys so much for being patient, and I will see you guys in the next video.